don't participate in your own oppression. And this is a headline that came from a study. It's an old study, but I think it's relevant just to tie it into that, because in America, where cannabis is legal, they're able to kind of track and trace things and gather data. And the over 55s was showing to be the fastest growing demographic of cannabis consumers. This was between 2014 and 15, I believe it was. And basically the numbers over there, I think it was, a second, I pop it up there now. The older people, the over 55s, only account for 14% of America's national population, and they're using more than 30% of all prescription drugs, including some highly addictive painkillers in America. And because of this, then they're saying that cannabis is fast becoming a pill alternative. And that's very true. You know, we look at that, we see the nausea, we see for pain relief, we see for multiple things that there's prescription drugs available to. Many people would opt for cannabis as an alternative to it. And happy days, since it's becoming legal now in America. There's more and more of the older population benefiting from the medicinal qualities there of cannabis use. And this is cannabis use. It says the cannabis use is up by over 53% with the over 55 population. And the 55 and older crowd is now the fastest growing demographic of cannabis users in America, where it increased from 2.8 million to 4.3 million users. And many of those, again, as it says, they're switching from their prescribed pill form medication for the, I suppose, unconventional flower herbal form cannabis. And it's great that they have the choice over there. Look at it here, where we're forcing people, you know, that man treated like a criminal, brought before the courts, whereas over in America, there's people benefiting from it. One of the people benefiting from it would have been a woman by the name of Eva Aguilera, and she was 80 years of age when she said this, that every medication has a risk, and she has made her choice, and the government should not be able to influence that then either with punishments. Then also Stevie D'Angelo added in that there's an ironic, almost tragic phenomenon in America, which is that seniors, who are one of the groups who can most benefit from use of cannabis, are the single group which remains the most opposed to reforming cannabis laws. And I think that still holds true, very much so here in Ireland as well, where we do have an older population who seem to be just very held back against any talks about using cannabis or legalizing cannabis. But can you blame them? Look at what these older folks are consuming, you know, the mainstream media, RT and this stuff, like, you know, where these media groups are reluctant to report on any positive benefits of cannabis and cannabis legalization. They'll only report the negative. They'll report the 2 and the 3-year-olds going to hospital because they consume the edibles, you know, but they won't report the many 2 and 3-year-olds out there maybe who could benefit from better access to cannabis medicines because it might prevent some of their seizures, you know, or it might help with the any of the other issues that cannabis can help with, you know. It's all been prevented. So, you know, you can't blame the older folks either. Like, it's our job, and that's what I would say. It's our job to get out there in the community to help destigmatize this and to help spread the message. Cannabis is an incredibly beneficial plant. The prohibition of it has caused much needless suffering in our communities, and to legalize and regulate it would benefit us in so many ways, whether it be through an age limit applied which would prevent our younger population getting access to it, or whether it be because of easier access to it now that people who are faced with aging is a disease faced to the human bloody species. It's a very awful one too, and cannabis can help mitigate many of the symptoms of that disease of aging. And shame on any bloody government trying to prevent us this, like, and we can't allow them do this to us. Like, this should have waiting around another 5 to 10 years. Heck no, like, we need this, like, and this has to happen before the end of this year if at all possible. Like, it certainly needs to be done by next year anyway, and that for sure is possible. And it's down to us really, like, isn't it? I see many of your comments out there as well, guys. Thanks very much, and keep them all coming on in. yeah, conversing out there as well, but amongst each other. Good stuff, guys. Dawson's Creek as well joining the show. Welcome along, Dawson's Creek.